Brandon here from B2R Investing and Financial Talk. Can your investment real estate property stand the test of time? When you're looking at purchasing, how do you evaluate the property? Do you stress test the model, making sure you can keep it not just in the best of times, but also in the worst of times? The wealthy spend their time evaluating all their purchases, not through the sunshine and rainbow scenarios, but stress test the evaluation, making sure it can handle the hard times. Today, we're going to discuss how to evaluate it and do the proper stress testing of your purchase. Join me. There are 4 ways you want to stress test your property. The 4 R's is what I call it: reserves, rents, rates, and ratio. All of those should be stress test. When you're doing a purchase, number 1 is reserves. Are you including all the expenses, including the reserves, in owning the property? Proper reserves, the history tells us it should be at least 15%. That's 5% for vacancy, 5% for repair and maintenance, and an additional 5% for long-term capital expenditures. You should be saving that back from the beginning, and what I recommend is also putting at least 1 month's expenses into a reserve fund from the beginning when you do the purchase. That should be part of your underwriting process and cash needed. So starting out with that 15%, including principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And within that, you should include what you expect the taxes to be once you've purchased it. A lot of times these purchases have undervalued taxes, and it's re-triggered by the local government. Once you purchase it, that a lot of times the tax rate or the tax amount goes up. Same thing with insurance. You should include plenty. Insurance rates have gone up quite a bit in the last couple of years. Make sure you have the proper allocation. And now, number 1, that reserves, you have plenty in reserves, and you're holding back money every month for the property. This protects it. Number 2, rents. You should have a scenario with low market, which is typically 5 to 10% below market, and average market. You should cash flow at low market. What I say is at least 4% above average cash on cash return in your area. For me, I'm looking for, on my low market scenario, a cash on cash return of at least 10% of my cash to acquire the property in the purchase. Then I also look at one more scenario in my modeling, is I look at break-even analysis. I run what the actual cost will be for the coming year, and if break-even is at 15% of rents, average market rents, or larger, that is a good scenario. So I'm projecting that rents could go down at the very least 15% from market and still cover all my costs, including saving for reserves. Number 3 is rates. When you're looking to buy your properties, you're using long-term fixed rate debt. And if you happen to not be doing that, maybe as a commercial purchase, you're doing stress testing, adding multiple percent to the rate if it were to go up once your rate resets. And a lot of those are 5 and 10-year resets. You're putting larger interest rates and stress testing it, saying if it went up 3 or 4%, what would it still cash flow? That's where trouble has come in recently for a lot of the people that don't have long-term fixed rate debt. But what I say is, get the long-term fixed rate debt. You have locked in those costs. The number 4 is ratio. That is getting a conservative loan to value. I tell everyone start at a 70% loan to value so that if you were to have to sell, you could always sell and get cash when you do that sell, even if it was in a distressed situation. This is what the wealthy do. What I've seen in my years in finance and banking is people buy investment properties expecting the best scenario, and they can't handle when we go into a recession or it goes sideways. They have a high likelihood of losing their property and losing much of their wealth. You want to use these 4 R's to stress test the model. Having reserves, stress test the rents, assuming they would go down, the rate, leaving it a fixed rate model, and having a healthy loan to value ratio. Hope this helps you as you're looking at your models. You want to keep your real estate, the beauty of wealth, of leaving wealth for your children and your children's children, is stress testing your models so that you can keep your properties for generations to come. Nailing financial freedom, one build at a time. Till next time.